how I think the retention piece is still not a strong enough boardroom conversation. Is because the founder at this very moment is still fighting every day.
Sure.
Now, the team that the founder has potentially built, could be marketing, could be sales, whatever it is, that team itself has not gone through the rigor of retention. So they've gone through the rigor of media buying. If you're old school enough, you would have gone through some degree of media buying, right? Media buying आता है, offline आता है, event बनाना आता है, creatives बनाने आते हैं, ad बनाना आता है, celebrity handle करना आता है.
Facebook, Google भी आता है लगभग.
हाँ, वो तो media buying में आ गया ना, वो सब, हाँ, तो ठीक है, all that. I mean, whether it's biddable or it's whatever it is, वो सब आता है.
But that's
broadly वो सब
sorted
आता
and figured.
है. जो नहीं आता है, वो है लोगों के फोन में घुस के उनको इन्फ्लुएंस करना through the power of either a WhatsApp or an SMS or a web push or an email. Because that's craft. That is not just tool.
Sure.
It's the craft of being able to tell a compelling story. It's the craft of writing really well. It's the craft of designing things in a beautiful manner. It's the craft where you are not only pushing a discount, but you're adding some value to my life. Now, for a brand to go through that evolutionary cycle of thinking that my retention funnel is not just about pushing a discount or putting a free product and actually starting to add some value back to the consumer or the user's life, I think that evolutionary curve has still not happened here. Or happened, but in a very limited space. Second is there isn't enough talent either at, I mean, for me, I think the talent is mostly at the brand level and then it gets transferred on to as an insight to the service provider level.
Sure.
Which is how do I really make this into an actionable piece? Right? You know, old school, there used to be this thing about direct mailers going.
I know.
Okay.
It's still coming back, huh?
I mean,
terms of the best open rates are direct mails.
Of course. But, you know, suppose you were to take a Reader's Digest, or suppose you were to take any subscription, you would end up getting these small little delightful things. Most of it would not be about, hey, you can get another Reader's Digest free, like no one cares, right? I mean, you've already paid for it. But there would be something that would keep people excited, happy, sort of in line with what the brand really wants them to think of, or how they want them to feel.
Sure.
That conversation, unfortunately, doesn't remain on the table. Now the conversations about retention is, I sent an email, how many people did it get delivered to, what was the cohort size, what was the open rate, click-through, blah, blah, blah. And you suddenly like, dude, that's not even what you need to be solving for. You're solving for something different. You're solving for how many of these people, or sort of what kind of conversations are you being able to drive, and how many people are coming back, and what is the stickiness factor through and through, right? There is no stickiness factor measurement.
Okay.
Right. And it's not dashboard. You know, so what I mean by that is, there are a bunch of metrics which should ladder up to one key metric, or maximum two key metrics. Bunch of them. I think the world of sentiment analysis has done this really well, or social listening has done this very well with sentiment analysis.
Okay.
Social listening is pure play listening.
Sure.
Listening, assessment, analysis, sort of decrypting it and then turning it into some degree of an insight. That's been done really well with the ideology of sentiment frameworks being deployed on top. So you're listening and there is a sentiment framework. Fantastic. I, as a C-suite, I know what I have to look for.
Fair enough.
My ability to buy or sell that particular service, whether it's internally or to myself, is very clear because I see one graph going up or something going down.
And then you do whatever it takes to make it work.
And I know where it needs to go.